Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy day after the full moon. Hi, you guys. Hi, Paula. Yo, what's up? Hi, Cosmos the Lab. Hi, Jelaine 11 and Tom One Gun Serendipity MJW. Hi, you guys. I've been having really intense dreams. What's up, Jean Carlo 111? The full moon was very activating. Every day's been so activating, hasn't it? Has it not? I have a few minutes before I have to go somewhere and do something, so I thought I would jump on real fast. And I wanted to see how you guys are doing. And I also wanted to thank you for the badge. Thank you so much. I wanted to just touch base and see how you guys are doing and answer, I don't know, questions or guidance or I don't know, whatever's going on. Do you have any questions about what you're experiencing, what you're going through, how to navigate it? It's funny what we're going through, this evolution in consciousness. But what's fascinating about it is that on one level, we've never gone through it before, so we don't really know what we're doing. On another level, we know exactly what we're doing because we have a higher awareness of it, you know? We have a much higher understanding and a remembrance of what we're doing. But when we're here in this human journey, we forget what we're going through. So we need these constant reminders. How do I get through a breakup with someone where nothing happened? You just show up each day. You know, whatever we're going through right now, whether it's a breakup, whether it's infertility, whether it's divorce, whether it's a job, in between jobs or not having a job, whatever it is that we are in, the easiest way through anything that you're in is to surrender to what you're in, accept what you're in, not try to fix or control what you're in. The more that we can show up for what is, the easier it is to get through it. So I'm going through a breakup where nothing was wrong, but we broke up. Okay. This is what I'm experiencing. We have to reprogram ourselves, literally reprogram how we have been programmed to navigate life. We have been programmed to navigate life from a controlled state with judgments. You know, there's something wrong with me. I shouldn't be feeling this way. I should be over it. I shouldn't be having all these emotions around it, whatever it is, right? So pay attention to the judgments that you're holding around what you're experiencing and pay attention to the amount of control that you're trying to have around it. Simply just showing up for what is the fastest way through. Showing up for what is, right? And allowing yourself to just experience all of it. You know, I did this full moon meditation last night. It was really, really powerful. It was so powerful. One of the things that we were shown in the meditation is how to simultaneously experience what in the meditation was called a tornado, okay? Energies within your body, emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors that are stirring up in your body, right? Just moving around like a tornado. And simultaneously holding a higher version of you that is calm, aligned, centered, empowered, free. Both of those exist in your physical body right now. And so are you able to hold both? Are you able to allow yourself to experience the turmoil, the chaos, the uncomfortable, the emotions that want to be controlled, the thoughts that want to be controlled, the beliefs and behaviors that want to be controlled. We're not here to control emotion. Unbeknownst to us, we don't control emotion. So many people out there are trying to teach us to control emotion. Anytime you are being taught to control something, you are literally resisting the flow and the natural process of evolution. Because the moment in this meditation, the moment that we allowed ourselves to literally sit metaphorically naked in this tornado, do you want to know what happened? We sat in the tornado. We let ourselves feel everything, even if we felt anxious or fear, whatever it was. But what happened was, from the awareness of this higher aspect of you sitting in the tornado started to dissolve. And in the meditation, we weren't told, okay, now change your thoughts. Okay, now change your emotional states. Okay, now change your behaviors. That wasn't what the guidance was. The guidance was, can you just let the tornado destroy you? Can you let whatever you're going through it's almost like a death. And the more that we are unafraid of that which is stirring inside of us, the faster that which is stirring inside of us will dissolve. And the more that we practice that, learning how to hold two states of awareness, okay? The state of awareness of, I am not the tornado that's moving through me. Whatever it is that you're going through, I am not it. I'm a version of me that is outside of that. And simultaneously, I have to stand in that tornado. I have to experience it. And that is where sovereignty comes into play. That is where empowerment comes into play. That is where freedom comes into play. That is where choice comes into play. You are no longer trying to hide or, try to walk around, bypass, control, change, fix. You're just saying, what's the tornado right now? What's stirring inside of me? And can I stand metaphorically naked in it? It's super hard. It's also the easiest way through. And it's not what we are taught. We are taught the opposite. Which is why we will continue to find ourselves We will continue to find ourselves repeating cycles, repeating patterns over and over and over again. Because we are not allowing ourselves to just surrender and sit in the cycle that's coming up for the 18,000th time. Right? It's like whatever you are judging and denying and trying to control and trying to change will continue to come up until you literally surrender to it. You let yourself be destroyed by it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You realize nothing. It's this crazy dichotomy about life, about this world that we live in. That which we are most afraid of is what is going to transform us. That which you are most afraid of, that which you do not want to feel, that which you do not want to see, that which you do not want to do. The stronger that I don't want to, the more powerful the transformation. And it is in the courage of being able to sit, to invite in the most uncomfortable, is when you will find your most powerful moments of transformation. And the human wants to change it. They don't trust because we haven't been taught this. We've been taught by some of the most well-known teachers out there that you have to control emotions. That a controlled state is a lower vibrational state. A controlled state is basically you saying, I don't trust the world. I don't trust what is arising within me that simply needs to be felt and experienced, observed, surrendered to. And one of the really subtle differences, because people get really confused by this, they'll say, but if I surrender to it, then it just stays, then it just is. Well, that's only because you're attaching to what you're in. You're in a tornado right now. What does the tornado sound like? What does it feel like? What does it look like? And can you experience it without judging yourself? That's the first question you want to ask yourself. Can you sit in whatever you're experiencing without judging you? Can you sit in whatever you're experiencing without attaching to an expectation? This has to be over at a certain time. When is this going to be over? Why is it happening again? Why am I still in it, right? Those are attachments. There's an expectation of some sort with the experience. You have to let go of an expectation and attachment to what you're experiencing. That's moving into a flow state. So one, pay attention to your judgments. The less judgment you have about what you're experiencing, the easier it is for you to go through it. The less attachment and expectation you have, the easier it will be for you to go through it. And in that moment of being able to let go of judgment, attachment, and expectation and simply just observe yourself in the tornado, that is when the tornado settles. That's when that which you were so afraid of quiets. You start realizing, holy shit, there was nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're not designed to be afraid of life. But we are afraid of life. And when we're afraid of life, we are in a disempowered state and we let others control us. We let others tell us what we should do or what we should think or what we should feel or what we should be afraid of. And then we let others guide us because we can't even show up in our darkest shadows and say, I'm not afraid, bring it on. Think about this for a moment, what you are most afraid of feeling, what you're most afraid to sit in. That is your greatest gift. It's your greatest gift. The transformations, the evolution, the shifting, the healing. If this person actually thinks they're going to be able to pull into this spot, I'm going to lose my mind. These are the little things in life that literally drive me nuts. I park in this parking spot has really small spots. I can't stand when somebody tries to squeeze in. I swear to God, I've lost my mind. Literally lost it because I legit could not open my door. I'm like, did you seriously pull in? Okay, first of all, there's other parking spots, ps.com, just look around. Did you seriously just pull in so close to me that I legit cannot open my door? Like I can't open my door now. Like, what am I supposed to do? Then I have to wait for them to come out of the studio. Serious. There's a part of me, many times, I'm not gonna lie, there have been parts of me that have literally wanted to just slam my door onto their car and fucking ding their car. Like the awareness that humans have is so insane to me. It's like they don't see anything other than their own world. There's not an awareness of like, oh wow, somebody's not going to be able to open their door, this world that we live in is so egocentric. It's like, I'm only thinking about me, you know? And it's like, whoa, that's a very victim mentality, by the way. Like listen, we're all looking at ourselves. We're all doing inner work. But there is an awareness that there is a human experience happening, that there are people around you, that you impact these people, right? And when you are in a victim mentality, woe is me, poor me, life sucks, I hate this, I have to defend myself, I have to take care of myself, I have to make sure that I'm good, etc., etc., you're defending against the world, then you're literally going to be closed in, boxed in, fighting against everybody, and you're going to pull up in a fucking parking spot where literally the person next to you can't leave. Cannot. I've literally had to bite my tongue so many times, and I stare at these people, and I'm like, I stare at them, looking at them like, dear God, help me understand this. Please help me understand this. And many times I want to say to them, may I please ask you? I don't, but I really wanted to. May I please ask you something? Did you really pull up here? Did you not see that I couldn't? I'm not talking, okay, I'll get off this tangent. I swear I really will. But I'm talking like inches from my car. I wanted to say to them, like, was I supposed to like break a window and get into my car? I don't understand. I need to know. Please tell me. And I think that most humans would answer, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't even realize. I want to believe that. I want to believe that most humans would say, oh my God, I didn't even realize. Of course you didn't realize, because you're in your own world, in your own stress and anxiety and worry and thoughts. And all you do all day long is thought. Most people go through their entire day in their mind and in their head. They don't even realize they're breathing. They don't even realize that their chest and their belly is rising and falling with their breath. They don't even realize that they're holding their breath. They don't even realize that they are in a restrictive state. They don't realize any of that. If you are going through your day like that, right, and you're always in your head and you don't remember to breathe and you can't even feel your feet on the ground, you're missing out on your transformation. You're numb. You have to slow down, right? Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. If you are somebody right now that is very bored, and you're like, why is my life so freaking slow? Why is it so boring? Why do I have nobody around me? Why do I have nothing to do right now? Why is every day like Groundhog's Day, right? It's because you are being given the gift of massive, fast, accelerated transformation. And as much as you wish that you weren't bored out of your mind in Groundhog's Day, sitting with yourself over and over again, you have to remember that you're giving yourself the greatest gift. And the majority of humans don't have this opportunity. They don't have the opportunity to be bored. They don't have the opportunity to just sit and stare out into the nothingness. They don't have that. It's so interesting that there's this human condition that we have where the grass is always greener, right? There's always something to be complaining about. There's always something to be bitching about or moaning about. There's always something wrong with what we're in. And I think one of the things that we're all being asked to really look at is, if every single thing that I am in is an opportunity for transformation, then why am I not looking at what I am experiencing through the lens of, oh my God, this is transformation. Oh my God, I am shifting, right? Why? We always see it through this lens of, it could be better. It could be better. It should be like this. I wish it was like that. And that's the thing about this human journey, is the moment that we're out of it, the moment that we're no longer participating in the human journey, is the moment that we wish that we had devoured the human journey in a much different way. In a much different way. What other questions do you guys have? Why do I feel so heavy and sad? This is not my regular state. So here's something to think about. There is no such thing as a regular state. Hey, Rodney. There is no such thing as a regular state. If you hold on to this idea that there is a regular state that you should be in, you're going to be in suffering. You will. Because you're holding this idea that there is a state that you should regularly be in, and the more that you can let go of trying to be in anything, the more that you will be in ease. The more you'll start flowing through life. You won't be flowing through life based on what you're feeling. Like, oh, it's so easy today because I'm feeling happy. Oh, it's so easy today because I'm feeling more joy. I'm feeling more expansive. It's easier today. I like today. We're being literally deprogrammed out of that, which means that we are being asked to start to remember that every day is going to be different. And there isn't a natural state that you should always be in. You're going to go up and down all over the place, in and out, sad, happy, angry, joyous, whatever. It doesn't matter. Because none of it's you. None of it's you. Your states of being are not you. So if it's not you, then just experience whatever it is that you're experiencing. And if you're heavy and sad, then you're feeling heavy and sad. Let go of trying to control it or judge it. Pay attention to those judgments. You're just feeling heavy. You're just feeling sad. And maybe you're going to feel it for the rest of the day. But can you step back from identifying as the sadness? Can you step back and move into this state where you're just flowing, you're just experiencing the sadness? We have to practice this. What we're going through, this evolution, is you're not going to be able to control it. You're not. And this whole stinking idea about you have to control your vibrational state in order to create your reality is really fucking up humans. Because what it does is it allows you to give credence to judging what you're experiencing. You're trying to control what you're experiencing because you have been told that if you experience low vibrational things, that's the reality that you're going to bring to you. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. When you start allowing whatever is to just be felt and experienced and moved through you, you shift into higher vibrational states faster and faster and faster. Eventually humans are going to grab this and they're going to understand. But again, it's a deep controlled state. We have to let go of controlling. I don't care what people say about me and how I show up. What have you done when maneuvering through a period of not feeling as inspired to post and share your wisdom? I sit in that uncomfortableness. I sit in the uncomfortableness. When I don't feel like showing up, it's an uncomfortable space for me. I don't like it, but I just allow myself to move through it. I'll pay attention to how I feel when I do force myself to post something when I'm not feeling it. It doesn't feel good. It's like I'm pushing against a river. I'm going against what I am asking myself to do, which is to just be, to just let go. Nothing's going to happen. Everything's going to be okay. You don't need to continuously show up 24/7. Right? So I'm paying attention to what it feels like. If I do go beyond that, what's being asked of me. I pay attention to what it feels like. I pay attention to everything in terms of energy. I critique it. I'm critiquing what I'm feeling. I don't want to not post. I want to post. I feel like I need to post. Well, why do you feel like you need to post? I dissect it. And the reason that I dissect everything in terms of energy, I don't judge it. I'm not judging myself. There's a very subtle and distinct difference between dissecting and paying attention to what you are energetically feeling and judging. So I will pay attention to, oh my God, I just don't feel like showing up. Yeah, but you really should be showing up, Lorie. Yeah, but I really don't want to show up. What would it feel like if you just didn't show up for the next 2 days? Well, I feel like I would be missing out. I feel like, right? So I just allow myself to just watch this process. And then it's like, all right, well, go and post a reel and watch what you're going to feel. I post a reel, like, that didn't feel good. Yeah, but you didn't listen to yourself. You went against what you really were intuitively feeling. How does that feel? Doesn't feel good. Okay, so next time, maybe just sit with this. It's just about honoring how we are navigating on an awakened conscious level everything we're going through. You know? There's no right way of doing this. There's just your way of showing up for it. And then trying to have as much fun and as much laughter as you possibly can. You know? Any other questions before I go? Anything else? Do I believe in manifestation? I believe that everything is created in this world, in this quantum field, through intent and energy. And I believe that we live in a very dense, physical, time-space continuum. And so the natural way that we are designed to create from a much higher state of awareness is that you intend something into creation, into reality, and then you match that vibrational state. Okay? On an energetic level, you have to energetically match that which you are intending and creating. The problem with manifestation is that we have a huge amount of trauma in our bodies. And unconsciously, we are manifesting things in our lives that are in an external world that pull us out of our own internal wholeness. And so we are constantly tricking the universe, tricking the quantum field to manifest things in order to make us feel better in this world. More money, a better job, a great relationship, a new house, whatever it is. So we get in this cycle of manifestation that simply is, in my opinion, very detrimental, because it pulls us out of this idea that we cannot be complete and whole within ourselves. We don't need to manifest. Think of this idea of manifesting. Now, do I intend for things in my life and ways in which I want to show up? Absolutely. Absolutely, 1000%. But do I live in a state of being where I do not need those things in order to be satisfied, in order to be content, in order to be free? You see, if you are manifesting from this notion of needing something, okay, there is an attachment to something outside of you, then regardless of whether you manifest it or not, that doesn't matter. You're literally moving out of your own process of healing and becoming whole. Any idea that you need something outside of yourself in order to fill whatever it is inside of you that's seeking that is going to continue to perpetuate this illusion that you need something outside of you to complete you. That is not to say that intending abundance, intending love, intending a great house, intending these things are bad. It's not. Okay, we live in a world that is very physical, and there are so many amazing things to enjoy. It is the energy behind the manifestation. It is the intention behind the manifestation. If you are not content in your life right now, and you're searching for something external to make you content, you will constantly be searching externally. We are designed to find contentment, to find peace, to find joy, to find love, to find freedom inside of ourselves. Right here. And then when you are able to do that, then you look out at the world and it's like a candy store. You're like, oh my God, now that I'm stable, now that I'm whole, now that I'm complete, now that I don't need a relationship to make me feel loved, I don't need a job to make me feel complete, I don't need $1 million in order to make me feel like I've accomplished something. I am good right here, right now, regardless of what I have, regardless of what I look like, regardless of who's in my life. When you are able to be there, then true intention and manifestation begins. And anything other than that, you're perpetuating a trauma cycle of manifestation, that something outside of yourself is going to fill what it is that only you can fill. And this is challenging, because when you can beat the cycle, when you can kind of cheat the system, because all manifestation is understanding energy, which is I'm going to intend something, I'm going to visualize something in my head. This is how the earth was, literally the physical earth was created this way. Our physical bodies were created this way. They were created by higher dimensional beings that understood how the energetic world worked. They held an intention, a physical form. They saw it. They knew how it was going to work. And then they shifted that intention into a vibrational state. They shifted it. So all we have to do if you want to intend or manifest is you have to hold a vision of something, and then you have to energetically shift your body into that vibrational state. And you do that by feeling, because all energy is feeling. It's just a feeling. You're just energetically connecting to what it feels like to be in that state. But if you're doing this, and millions upon millions of humans do this, they intend and manifest and create an external world. And they are hiding from their own tornadoes within them. And every time they feel some sort of tornado they don't want to feel, they intend and create and manifest something externally that makes them feel better. Most humans don't want to sit in the tornadoes that are their greatest gifts and transformation. They want to manifest and create. Think about it. It's much easier to try to manifest and create and distract yourself than it is to sit in something that is so uncomfortable you can't control it. But I have intentions in my life in terms of how I want to show up for the world. But I don't grab it. It doesn't dictate my happiness. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's the other thing. You want to be completely detached. Completely detached from what it is you think you need or want in order to be ... You know, true happiness, true freedom, true unconditional love, all of that is an inside job. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how beautiful your relationship is. It doesn't matter how big your house is. None of that matters. It doesn't matter how great, you travel all the time, you have freedom and all. None of that matters. What matters is your internal world. It's your internal state that's most important, and that's what we're mastering. And when you truly start to master your internal world, you have to get really humble with the tornadoes that continue to show up. And you have to get extremely courageous and let go of anything externally that's going to save you. And you sit in your own fire within you. You let it burn you. You let it transform you. So just think about it, because this is where true joy comes from. True happiness comes from. True love comes from. It comes from you allowing you to stand or sit or lay in a fire that is so hot. It is so bright. This fire is so bright. It is so hot. You're so afraid to get burned. You're so afraid to be in pain. You're so afraid to hurt. And yet it's in those moments where you allow yourself to burn. Burn to the ground. Burn to the ashes. That you rise. That you stand up. That you no longer need to manifest some sort of beautiful world. Because none of it matters. You're free. When you can be free inside of yourself, no longer running from anything you're feeling, you've manifested the most amazing life. And then everything else is extra. Everything is extra. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with others.